So today, what I'm gonna do, okay, no surprises, no build up to it. I'm gonna make Braciole. Okay, but first, I gotta have a little wine. So I gotta open up a wine because you can't do Braciole if you don't have red wine. It's just the way it is. Careful. There it is, right there, see? The first friggin' day I bought this thing, I broke the top. You poured a whole bottle in there because you can't put the top back on. That's ready to go. Now we cook. You gotta have all your stuff hot. Up is hot, up is cold. While you're washing, you know, you do the pick move. You know, I like doing the prep work. You know, just enjoy the whole process of everything when you cook, you know. It smells good. And trust me, this schnozzola I can smell a lot of things. I'm gonna get my garlic, I'm gonna get my onion for the sauce, and I'm gonna get that sauce going. I want that sauce going first. I want that to cook nice and slow and simmer while we prep the bracioles. I love doing the bracioles. Beautiful big pan, 4-liter pan, what was that, 16 cups? That's a big pan, okay? So you can put a lot of stuff in there. Salud. You think I care that my fingers stink like garlic? This is like cologne for me. I mean, what are we doing? Look at that, beautiful. You need your hands. Come on. Oh, it smells so good. We're gonna get our olive oil in the pan, okay? And we're gonna do our garlic just for 2 seconds. Look at that, look at how nice. What I do, because I'm a stunad, I turn the gas off at that point, because I don't wanna burn my garlic. You burn the garlic, the whole sauce gets ruined. I'm gonna put one of these little stems of basil in there. I want that flavor in there, okay? Yeah, no, it smells so nice already, right? That's just garlic and olive oil. That ain't even anything in there. That goes right there. Leave it alone. Next thing I'm gonna do, okay, take a sip of wine. I'm gonna have an onion. I'm gonna get that piece off, just like that. I'm gonna put this whole piece right in the sauce. We're going right in the sauce with the tomatoes. We just squish them. Nice and low and slow. Beautiful, just beautiful. I'm just gonna take this onion and I'm just gonna put it in there. Ho, ho, ho. Ooh. Pour a little more wine. And now we're gonna get the Braciole ready to go, okay? And what I'm gonna do with the Braciole, I gotta get the guanciale going, okay? Now, this right here, it's the cheek, okay? It's not the belly. It's not like bacon. Before you do the Bracioles, call me. She wants to make sure that I do it exactly perfect. I said, Ma, you're gonna have to watch the video, and then you can call and holler at me if I do something wrong. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at how beautiful that is. I'm not really gonna dice it, but I don't want it, I don't want big hunks either. Beautiful. My dogs are going crazy over here. These guys, you know what they do? You know what these guys do? They blow off these friggin' fireworks, okay? And my dogs lose their mind. Now we're gonna take a look. Look at that. I'm gonna put about half a can of these crushed tomatoes. So I'm gonna put about half this can and I'm gonna save the other half. And I'm gonna put the juice in there. I'm making layers. See? See how nice? You just put your spoon right in the jar and then you put the jar over here. Beautiful. Look at how beautiful that is. You want it to reduce down. You just want it to reduce down. Look at the color of that. We got the guanciale cooking over there in the back. Do your first pass and get it in there again. And then you go again. Hey, these eggs now, they keep rolling around. Very good. That looks nice. A little more fine than I like to do in my meatballs. This is gonna go in the bowl. Okay, so now that, just boom, put that in there. You want a lot of garlic. All right, so look at how beautiful this is coming now. We're just gonna mix the garlic and the parsley together. Okay, pecorino, a lot. The next issue that we have to conquer here is that I'm out of wine. Problem solved. Look at that. That come right off the bottom. That yolk in there. You got a yolk that close to the end? I never seen that. Well, we're gonna have to make the best of this one too. So here's the perfect example. User error. This is my fault. I didn't do these right. I barely even, know how to boil a friggin' egg, I can make a Braciole though. Okay, like that. Boom, yolk, just bust that up in there. Boom, 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 boom. I want you to notice that I put something inside the Bracioles, okay? And that's nice right there. I'm gonna peel 2 of these hard-boiled eggs, okay? And I'm gonna keep the yolk. Put the yolk right in my sauce. The hard-boiled egg yolk goes right in my sauce. Now what I'm gonna do with the whites, I got my babies right here. 1 for you. Good boy. Chew, okay? Chew your food. Good boy. That's it, okay? So now, my kids are happy, my sauce is happy, my guanciale is ready. Look at this. Look at this. Woo! I can barely stand it. Are you joking? See, like these little pieces? Oh my God, it's like candy. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave this. That's where my Bracioles are gonna cook, okay? Look at how beautiful that is. I gotta eat this piece, I think. I gotta eat this piece. Now, it's not great for you. Obviously, it's bad. In case any of you are wondering, my numbers are good. I went and got my heart checked last year. I got 0% blockage in every single artery. You got like 10 arteries in there, okay? 9 of them, I got 0%. 1 of them, I got 20% blockage. That ain't bad for 52. Every time I go to the doctor and she says, man, I tell you, everything looks good. Your cholesterol's good, your blood pressure's good, your triglycerides are good, your A1C is like 4, everything. And I go, really? It cracks me up. The only thing she tells me to do, she says, how much you drink? I say, I have about 4 drinks a day. She says, it's kind of a lot. I says, well, it's kind of a lot. That's all relative, She says, why don't you try to cut it down to 2, And I say, all right, doc, thanks, see you next year, Next year I'll go back and, how much you drink? I have 4 a day, She says, oh, still, yeah. Yeah, okay, 4 a day. All right, thank you. All right. What I got here, okay, I got this nice flank steak. So this is beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, that's a good piece of meat. It's a good piece of meat. So now what I gotta do, I gotta get the smaller pieces, I gotta get them ready for the Braciole. This takes forever, okay? Now, if you don't want it to take forever, don't get a flank steak. You can't just get a flank steak and then roll Bracioles with it, because it'd be too thick. So you gotta work it. It takes a long time. What you wanna do, okay, with this, nice and smooth, let the weight come down on the meat, okay? You don't wanna bang again, you don't wanna do that. You get a piece of meat, okay, like this, right? You see that? This is what you want eventually, okay? You want that, like that. You see that now? That's what you want. This took me about 20 minutes. That was the same size. Take out a little frustration. Let the hammer do the work, right? Look now, okay? Look now. You see how that's breaking down? The meat? It's nice, right? All right, so that was exhausting. Busted my knuckles a couple times. It's all for the greater good, though. Black pepper, beautiful. That's enough. I like oregano. Just gonna put that on the Braciole, like that. Look at that. See? Sometimes guys will just roll this up like that, and then that'll be it for the Braciole. No, I like to have Braciole with stuff in it. I used to go to this place in Utica where I grew up. It was called Culinary Joe's, right? On J Street. This place hasn't turned the gas off on the stove in probably 100 years. It's the same pot they've been cooking the same sauce with. This place isn't for the faint of heart, okay? The same lady that's been working there for 60 years, here's your napkin, you'll be lucky to get a fork, There's no butter, don't ask for butter at Culinary Joe's, okay? You get a bag of bread, they throw you a bag of bread, and then they give you a bowl of pecorino romano with a little thing of olive oil, like a little thing that, to pour the olive oil, and that's what you got, So it's a kind of place that you didn't tell them, yeah, I want this, so can you hold that? Can you not put that on there? No. So anyway, they would have specials, right? If you wanted tripe, you would have to go on a certain day, like Saturday, I think tripe was. If you wanted a Braciole, you had to go on Tuesday, right? And if you didn't get there in time, you didn't get the Braciole. It was gone. They only made so much. you know, and it wasn't beef. They did pork braciole, and it wasn't like this. And I'm not saying that, but it was just this big ball of pork, okay, with like this little lace of parsley in the middle with pecorino. And it was cooked in the sauce for friggin' 3 months or whatever it was. And then you get, now give me the braciole. And you go to get the braciole and you get this little pan, you get this little dish, right? And they put the dish on and you got this glob of fat. That was it. And it was with sauce on it that was like water. But the flavor, that's what I could never understand about places like that. These old school places, right? This place like that. The sauce, okay, was so thin, but the flavor, you could never replicate that. If you're ever in Utica, go to Joe's on Tuesday and get the braciole, okay? Trust me, you'll thank me. And now I'm gonna put the guanciale on there, okay? And that's it right there. It's gotta have stuff in it. I'm gonna go from the bottom, and now I'm just gonna roll, okay? And I'm gonna do it carefully. And then we get these layers, see how I moved that one over there like that? I moved that, now this one, boom, goes in the middle, squish that in there, boom. Look at this braciole. Some guys do toothpicks. I get just like cooking string, right? Okay, I got these 2 nice pieces of string right here, boom. Now you go under, pull it. You don't want it, but you want it tight. Take your scissors, done. I'll do the other one. Get your scissors. That's a perfect braciole right there. You just repeat that process, okay, with all the other pieces. You know, look at this. Look how beautiful these are. All right, so now these are ready, okay? These are all tied up. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna sear these guys, okay? I'm gonna sear them off in the pan, put them in that sauce I've been cooking, okay? And I'm gonna let them simmer for like an hour, okay? I'm gonna let that simmer in there. And it's gonna be in the sauce, and they're gonna be all this stuff, right? All this right here, the egg and the parsley and the cheese and all that stuff is gonna ooze out, and it's gonna get in the sauce. It's gonna make the sauce better, okay? And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make these big rigatons. Oh, wait till you see how these come out. All right, so now, because I'm a stunad, I gotta do the Morgan Freeman Shawshank Redemption voiceover, because I either didn't hit the button or I accidentally deleted all the footage of me actually searing the bracioles off in the pan. But anyway, this is searing the bracioles in the pan where I cooked the guanciale. And I cooked the bracioles in the fat that the guanciale was cooking in, okay? So now look at how nice these are. Look at how brown they are. All the stuff is oozing out. There's all these little brown bits, okay, on the bottom of the pan, and that's what you want. And then once these are nice and brown and seared, then what you do, you're gonna put them in the sauce. And look at how freaking beautiful those look in the sauce. I got the ones that have already been cooked down. I got the new ones in there. I got this beautiful Parmigiano Reggiano rind. And thankfully, all the footage after that, I still have. So that is coming right up. So now, all the bracioles are in the sauce, okay? Take a look. Take a look. Okay, look at that. I found my egg. Boom, my egg is gonna go over here. And then I got my other egg too. Look at that. Look at how nice these are. They just melt into the sauce, okay? And then, look at how beautiful that is. Then I'm gonna give these guys a flip. That's gonna go right in the middle. Boom, just like that. Top goes on. I go outside, I have a cigar, and finish my wine. All right, so now I got my water going, okay? Because, ooh, it's freaking hot. Take a look at this sauce. Oh, look at my bracioles in there. Look at the color. Ow, Jesus. There's all the little pieces of the hard-boiled egg broken up in there. This reminds me of my grandma's baked macaroni. So now, my riggies are gonna go in. And these take 18 minutes to cook. These are gonna be good. I'm gonna put the water in with the riggies and the thing in my sauce, and it's gonna make my sauce so rich. Everything that I made tonight is worth the wait. All right, so these are almost done. Sauce is gonna go in the middle of there. Get the bracioles on a plate. Oh. Look at these. You know how good these are gonna be? And look at that. See how cloudy that is? That's all starchy pasta water. That's gonna make your sauce, okay, beautiful. So I gotta get a mug, coffee mug, and I gotta put a little of that in my pasta sauce here. Look at this sauce now. Oh, look at this sauce now. These are going right in the sauce. Boom, right in the sauce. Couple more. Oh, look at these. Look at these guys. A little bit of pasta water in there, okay? Remember I kept the can? I kept that. I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh tomatoes in there. The rest of it, half the can, okay? Just half the can. And what that's gonna do, okay? That's gonna brighten it up a little bit, okay? Look at the difference in the color. Then, fresh basil's going in. Oh. All right, so this is done now, okay? So let's eat. Some of you guys may say, it's too much sauce. There's never too much sauce. Oh, look at this. Get another spoof of tuna. That's enough right there. Okay, so now we got to get a couple bracioles here, right? Now I got my 2 bracioles. You gotta make sure you cut the string, okay? Boom, there's 1 string. Okay, see how that comes out? Nice. Okay, let me wash my hands. Okay, so let me show you now what the inside of these guys look like. Okay, let me cut this one right down the middle. Now look at that. Okay. Look at how beautiful that is. Look, look. You see that? With the hard-boiled eggs, okay, the parsley, the garlic. You can see the guanciale in there, the fat, the beautifulness, okay? And then look at that. Look at a piece. Look at that. Look at how I did that, okay? Look at how beautiful that is. And then you cut these little pieces like this, okay? You got these little sections, okay? Come on, man. Look at that. Look, look. Then with the pasta, okay? Put your pasta here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at this piece. Look at this piece. Look at this piece right here. Look at that piece with the egg in there, the hard-boiled egg. 24 months on the braciole. Okay, on the braciole. And then we're gonna go the 24-month parm reg on the macaroni. Oh, that smells so good. You gotta get a little sauce. You gotta put the sauce on top, okay? It's so good. The sauce I made, it's got little pieces of the egg, the hard-boiled egg, okay? It's got pieces of the meat, the braciole, because the braciole breaks up. Look, look. Oh. I gotta go on a diet.